things I would rather do instead of ever watching Brideheart again include, but are not limited to, giving Donald Trump a back crack and sack wax. Failing that, removing both eyes with a rusty spoon would be a viable last resort. Rebel Wilson's latest comedy is so bad, it is a frontrunner to claim Worst Film of the Year and might just be the worst film I've ever seen. And I've seen Battlefield Earth. Twice. Wilson's comedic abilities, such as they are, have always been an acquired taste, but the Aussie actor certainly has her fans, who loved her performance in Pitch Perfect, for example. Here, though, she's borderline unwatchable. Based on the title, the film is clearly intended to be inspired by Die Hard, an all-time action classic in which Bruce Willis's hard-boiled New York cop John McClane single-handedly defeats a gaggle of German terrorists while trapped in the Nakatomi Plaza skyscraper.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
In Brideheart, the skyscraper has been replaced with a wedding in a Savannah mansion. Terrorists have been replaced by drug cartel hitmen. FYI, Stephen Dorff is an extremely poor substitute for Alan Rickman's Hans Gruber, and instead of a cop, we have Wilson improbably cast as a secret agent. Now, this could have worked, especially under the stewardship of Con Air director Simon West, even if it is eerily similar to J-Lo's Shotgun Wedding. But at every step, this film defaults to the lamest attempts at comedy, and it doesn't even work as parody. Case in point, Wilson falls on the wedding cake, beats up a terrorist, stuffs a piece of cake in her mouth and says, "Piece of cake." It's actually hard to fully convey how terrible this movie is, because it is atrocious on so many levels, from script and performance to cinematography and exposition. It would be far easier, in fact, to list the things that are good about it. The closing credits. That's all. Imagine the worst movie you've ever seen, and then picture how bad the fifth straight-to-streaming sequel to that movie would be, and you're in the ballpark of how mind-numbingly stupid Brideheart is. On the topic of streaming, it's actually astonishing this movie is getting a theatrical release. Brideheart gets 0.5 stars.